Hi, this is Lucy B, and welcome to Science from Above. So this week I would like to go over some news in just the past week, and specifically talking about floods. Floods are the topic today. We have literally seen a crazy amount of floods the past week, and so I just want to give you a breakdown and show you what has happened across the world. So again, this is just the past week, right? So West Virginia, they saw significant flooding and has damaged homes and caused mudslides, as they saw about 6.25 inches or 159.8 millimeters of rain. Pakistan, at least 13 people have died as the country experienced severe flooding and landslides. Dominican Republic. 2 people are missing and hundreds have been displaced after heavy rains and strong winds brought by Tropical Storm Franklin. Chile. Over 30,000 people were evacuated and at least 3 people have died after heavy rainfall caused floods and mudslides. This was the same storm, this next one, but it was Mexico, California, and Arizona. So Southern California experienced record rainfall, and at least 2 people lost their lives in Mexico due to flooding, and this was caused by Hurricane Hilary. In Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina, as many of you know, there was a major hurricane that made landfall there last Wednesday near Big Bend, Florida. So this was the most intense storm to hit Big Bend in more than 100 years. There were also 2 typhoons that hit China, Hong Kong. It caused widespread flooding, and one of the typhoons also struck the Philippines and displaced nearly 50,000 people. The other typhoon, before it struck China, it hit Taiwan and injured at least 44 people. And then when that storm hit China again, there was about, I think it was 114,000 people that were evacuated. I think it was actually more than that. They reported about 1 foot or 300 millimeters of rain in 24 hours. Kind of sad. 2 firemen were missing after their fire truck was carried away by the floodwaters. I don't know. It's just crazy, you guys. Turkey was hit by floodwaters, which resulted in homes and businesses being submerged. A heavy rainstorm flooded I-15 near California-Nevada border. So this led to a temporary closure of the highway. In Las Vegas, Nevada, at least 1 person died after heavy rains and thunderstorms swept through Las Vegas. Also in Nevada, there was I could do a whole story on the Burning Man festival that went on. I would really like to tell you more about this. Let's just say it was very inappropriate, but it was family friendly. I do not want to go into detail because I do have here that this is an appropriate podcast. So I'm not going to tell you much more than that. But anyway, it basically kind of shut things down, and they saw 2 months of rain in 24 hours. Spain. So due to excessive rainfall, and at least 3 people have died, and three are missing, as about 9.6 inches or 243 millimeters of rain fell in 24 hours. Brazil. And at least 22 people have died and hundreds displaced as strong winds, hail, and heavy rains battered the country. Algeria. So heavy rainfall has resulted in the death of at least 8 people, and several others are still missing. Greece. Oh my goodness, this poor country. It truly makes me sad what's happening in Greece. So as many of you may or may not know, Greece has experienced the biggest wildfire outbreak in Europe. it just keeps going. Well, to help with that, or not help with that, they ended up getting about 27.5 inches or 700 millimeters of rain on Tuesday in a matter of hours, and at least 5 are dead. This storm also affected Turkey and Bulgaria. But speaking of the wildfires, oh my goodness, you guys, like poor Greece. So they have been tackling about 82 wildfires between Sunday and Monday, 51 of those breaking out in a 24-hour period. And the majority of these fires that are continuing around Greece have been arson. It just breaks my heart, like what is the purpose in this? These fires have caused at least 20 deaths in themselves, and just so many people having to be evacuated as these fires are just like ravaged through the poor country and even on their Greek islands. And so this rain, I'm sure, helped, but like that much rain is just insane. Like that's over 2 foot of rain. It's crazy. Now, I want you to know, I am not telling you this to scare you. Not at all. Just showing you of what's going on. And again, it's one of those things that the best thing that I heard is it's like we don't want to be like the ostrich that has their head stuck in the sand. Jesus tells us to look for signs and to not be afraid, to look up to him and to trust him. So this isn't something scary as a Christian. Not at all. It's something that is expected. So I am going to say it does sound pretty much like some end times things going on. It truly, truly does. And in a sense, though, I think it's him trying to get our attention, right? Could this world, could we turn back? Could, specifically, I think of America and the Western countries, and that have always been with the Christian identity and really just turning away. Could we turn back? Absolutely we could. It's happened throughout the Bible where the kings turned away and then you'd get the next king in and they would bring them back. So sometimes it could be that we're just completely God's getting our attention with all of everything that's going on, and where do we put our trust at? Are turning away from us. And we want him back. And he loves us enough that he would come right back. So honestly, I do think that it's my opinion. He's trying to get our attention. With this much flooding, it's crazy. Now the rainbow that he promised, when the world was flooded in Noah's day, he promised he would never flood the world again. He's not flooding the world, but there are floods going all over the world, but not completely flooding the world, if that makes sense. And when he did that, it was all the evil that was going on in the world. So it just makes me think this world is so corrupt right now and so evil. He's trying to get our attention, and I pray that we all come back to him, So anyway, I have this verse that I truly love, and it's in Psalm 69:15. And I feel like this is extremely fitting for this news update, this news flood update. So it's, therefore, let everyone who is godly pray to you in a time when you may be found. Surely in a flood of great waters, they will not reach him. So again, going back to what I just said. It's coming back to him, praying to him, trusting him. He's our God. He's our God. He loves us. But he can't allow this evil to continue at the same time. So anyway, that is my story today. I had a different direction that I was going to go, but these floods that are just pounding the world, I'm not even sure I captured them all. But anyway, I will see you next week, and I hope you have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.